Lots to cram in today. Firstly, I want to apologise for those waiting for the Phil Davies vlog. I had a bit of a data crash nightmare of the weekend and lost it all. And I was really gutted because it was great stuff. Phil's a great bloke, really informative stuff. So I'll have to go back down there, and Phil's promised to do that. Great walk down the Swiss Valley down to Lechley, and really informative. So what I've done is I've attached a couple of links for you to read if you want to, from Phil and his business associate Kevin Gould on what they see as effective leadership, planning, reflection when they walk as a leadership tool. They're heavily into their leadership models, do a lot of good work, and so have a look at those, and I'll get back down to Phil. A couple of motivators for you this morning. It's really early this morning. You can probably see the sunrise in the background, and you know, I hope everything's going all right. I hope you're keeping going. So I've got a couple of motivators for you, because I'm a normal bloke. I have the same issues as you. What about the dark mornings? That's the start. Well, you probably can see I've got quite a little bit more non-rural. So I've gone around the village closer to the houses, like street lights. I don't know if it's coming over on the video, but you know, you kind of like see the bin men are out. That's how early it is. And I didn't feel like it this morning, if I'm honest. I was tired this morning. My alarm went off at 6. It was dark, but I feel much better now, 30 minutes into my walk. So don't break your routine too much. You know, you've worked hard to create some habits. Now hopefully keep it going. How can you eradicate maybe the dark mornings? Well, you could possibly slightly change your day. Still get up earlier, get up nice and early, have a good breakfast. We're doing a little bit on that now. Time you, if you're able to, time your walks so that you get up with the sunrise. Walk with somebody, things like that. If you need to change your day, if you're at work, then think about lunchtimes if you can. If you can't do that in your workplace, do something as soon as you get home. If you take the kids to school, take them to school, go straight then. If you've got kids and you take them to activities in the evening, drop them to activity, then go for a walk. Easy. There's always excuses. Another excuse this time of year. Sniffles. You can see I don't look too great. Last couple of days I felt a little bit run down, throaty, chesty, sniffles. Easy excuse not to do it, easy. The truth is, if you get up and combat these things, fight them a little bit, you get over them a bit quicker. You have a good diet, good hydration, good sleep, you will recover a bit quicker, you feel a bit better, you feel you're attacking it a little bit. That's what I'm doing this morning. Also on weekends, with these dark mornings during the week, on weekends, go and do some walking activity which is slightly longer and less training mode, if you like. You've got yourself into a routine Monday to Friday. Take a family out, go for a walk down the beach. Do it a little bit longer, a little bit more leisurely. Go up the mountain, the riverside, a little bit different. Get your bike out. Do a little bit of biking maybe, leisurely, do it longer. I play golf now once a week, and yeah, okay, I know what you're saying, lucky you, but I played golf last Friday. My day was 30,000 steps, plus carrying a bag, so I didn't need to do my training that day. And then the other thing is, you know, you're going to start getting into parties. I've had 2 kids' parties this last week, aunties, uncles, birthdays, whatever. Be careful of grazing on the party food, you know. Try and control yourself. It's easy to graze through the night. Pick the right stuff. Hydrate yourself. Maybe have a glass of wine rather than a couple of pints of beer. But if you do go over the top, outside your habit, your limit, then get back on the horse really quickly. So how are your exercise going? Hopefully you're doing some press-ups and sit-ups at least. Maybe even 10 each in a day, that would be great. Tighten up a little bit, feeling better. And it is about feeling good. My mother-in-law came around the house yesterday, she said, "You've lost weight again, haven't you?" Well, I actually haven't. In week 4 now, I've lost 4 pounds, but I'm feeling better, I'm stronger, coping with my walks a lot better. And you don't need rapid weight loss. Gradual. If I continue to do this up till Christmas, I'll be down to my goal, what I wanted to be, and roughly pound and a half a week, which would be fantastic. So keep it up. Try doing some body squats. If you're further along the line now and you're coping well. Strengthen your legs and your back and your core a bit. I put a link on here. I've also put a few links on with regards to hydration and a few other things. Now if you're not a reader, you're a watcher, it's interesting that BBC Wales are doing a few health-minded programmes at the moment. Fat v Carbs with Jamie Owen, Good Diabetes one on this week. Get onto BBC iPlayer, have a look at those. There's lots on YouTube as well you can look at. I want to start to talk to you about nutrition and health as well as exercise. Meeting Mark Bennett tomorrow, great bloke. We'll have a series of great discussions with him. But in the meantime, I want to show you a couple of the useful things that I use. As I said, I taught myself 5-6 meals a day. Here's why, here's what I use. And we'll just start doing a couple of useful recipes. Okay, so here very quickly is what I would have for breakfast, or first meal of the day. It's usually porridge, all right, and a banana when I come back from my walk. Good energy source, potassium, lots of benefits of banana. On my porridge, sometimes I'll soak it overnight because it gets a little bit tastier. I use unsweetened almond milk, and you can make your own almond milk. There's lots of benefits of that. And I tell you what else I do is I make my own granola mix, and there's lots of different things in here. I don't know if you can see that, but I tend to mix up in a blender lots of hazelnuts, almonds, things like coconut, the odd Brazil nut, a little bit of dried fruit, which I limit to raisins, and a little bit of lemon and orange. There's also all sorts of other ingredients in here. A bit of protein powder, so I get my protein along with my nuts and oils in there. There's some maca powder, chia seeds, and a few other special ingredients that I'll come to you about. But essentially I'll sprinkle a couple of small tablespoons over my porridge. Almond milk, that contains enough protein, carbohydrate, useful nuts and oils for the day. And that has a good slow releasing energy source for the day. That would be my first meal after my walk, a fasted walk obviously, where I haven't eaten overnight. And I try and get that in about 40 minutes, within 40 minutes of coming back from my walk, and they had a good absorption rate. But lots of benefits of this in here, and a good start to the day. It's also a good snack as well. So sometimes if you've had your last proper meal around about the 6 o'clock mark, you're going to bed about 10, 11 o'clock. In between that time, 2.5 hours after, it's okay to have a little bowl of this slow releasing overnight, I find anyway. And that tides you over. I got some raspberries here. I limit my fruit to pretty much raspberries, strawberries, blackberries, berry type things. And again, you can put 1 or 2 of these on. These are good to put in your porridge with your almond milk, or maybe even coconut milk, with a bit of a mix with some protein powder, which gives it more flavour. This gives it a sweeter flavour overnight. You let it soak, then you can eat that a couple of times or throughout the day cold. It's really nice.